The European Union's top diplomat arrived in Cuba on Wednesday for a two-day visit. Federica Mogherini said the EU rejects North American sanctions against Cuba citizens and cannot accept unilateral measures that impede or restrict European economic relations with the island. She told her audience that ties between the EU and Cuba are stronger than ever.
Regardless of the changes of policies in Washington, the message I'm bringing here is that the friendship and the relation with the European Union is here to stay, is solid, is stable, is reliable. It has always existed, and today we are, for the first time ever, into a legal framework that allows us to expand areas of cooperation.
Continuing in Spanish, Mogherini went on to talk about the EU-Cuba agreement on human rights. This dialogue allows us to discuss the human rights situation in both Europe and in Cuba. And while there are differences in our respective points of view, the openness and willingness to discuss with mutual respect is always there. Mogherini met Cuba's Foreign Investment and Cooperation Minister, who told her that her personal contribution had been very important to the island. The EU dropped all sanctions against Cuba after relations with the US started to improve from 2015 onwards. Over the past few months, thousands of women have been protesting in Brazil against government proposals to further restrict abortion. Terminating a pregnancy is illegal in the country unless the mother's life's at risk, she's been raped, or the fetus has certain brain abnormalities. It's a hard subject for women to talk about, but some have decided it's time to speak out. I've lost the shame of speaking out. I think we need to speak so we can decriminalise abortion. We must end this criminalisation of women. It's so difficult to have to go through having an illegal abortion and keeping it secret. If it's just to have a baby for the sake of it, then that's not a decision made from love. It's a decision that comes from suffering on the part of the woman. The government has appointed a special commission to debate abortion and the right to life from conception, and the arguments are often passionate. Women's lives matter. We can't legislate in favour of rape, which would mean the obligation to continue a pregnancy resulting from rape. As well as taking to the streets, over 34,000 women have signed a petition to Congress. It doesn't sound that many, but in a country where abortion is illegal, it's a significant number.
Dunlop for 5 minutes.
President Trump's controversial Advisory Commission on Election Integrity, often referred to as the Voter Fraud Commission, is to be dissolved. The announcement was made by the White House on Wednesday. The group has been subject to several lawsuits and resistance from some states. The White House statement said that many states had refused to provide the Commission with basic information relevant to its inquiry. It went on to say that rather than subject taxpayers to endless legal expenses, the President has signed an order to dissolve the body. The White House maintains there is substantial evidence of voter fraud, although past studies have found it to be exceptionally rare. In Switzerland, 8 people were injured when strong winds blew a train off its rails on Wednesday. The accident happened near Lenk on the Montreux-Oberland-Bernauer regional service at around midday. A police spokesman said 7 people with slight injuries were taken to hospital in ambulances, while the 8th was flown by helicopter. Strong gales affected most of the country during the storm, with gusts reaching almost 200 kilometers an hour near Lucerne, the highest there since records began in 1981.
اتفاقاتی که در ایران داره میفته بزرگترین اعتراضات بعد از سال 1388، اما یک تفاوت اساسی بین اتفاقات سال 88 و اتفاقات امسال وجود داره. در سال 88 خواست مردم خواست سیاسی بود، در واقع به انتخاب دوباره محمود احمدی نژاد به ریاست جمهوری ایران اعتراض داشتن و خواستار برگزاری دوباره انتخابات بودن. اما امسال خواستها بیشتر اقتصادی مردم نسبت به گرون شدن قیمت کالاها در واقع اعتراض دارند. این اعتراض ها در حالی در ایران در حال روی دادنه که رقابت شدید ژئوپلیتیک بین ایران و عربستان در سوریه و یمن وجود داره. به همین دلیل رهبران ایران، رئیس جمهوری و آیت الله خامنه‌ای بر این باورند که یک توطئه خارجی وجود داره و دست بیگانگان در واقع قصد داره که کشور رو ناامن بکنه. اما موضوع دیگه‌ای که وجود داره اینه که مردم انتظار داشتن با انعقاد برجام و توافق هسته‌ای و برداشته شدن تحریم‌ها وضعیت اقتصادی کشور بهتر بشه، اما این اتفاق نیفتاد. در واقع تحریم‌ها برداشته شد اما اثر محسوسی در زندگی روزمره مردم نداشت و شرایط اقتصادیشون روز به روز سخت‌تر شد.
The Israeli parliament's taken a first step towards amending the criminal code and making the death sentence more possible for certain offences. Israeli military courts, which handle cases involving Palestinians in the occupied West Bank, already have the power to issue the death sentence, although this has never been implemented. I think that in extreme situations there's also a simple logic. And the simple logic is if someone slaughters and laughs, they will not spend the rest of their life in jail but will be executed. So this, in my view, requires this result. Asked by an Israeli Arab lawmaker whether he would also apply this reasoning to Jewish militants convicted of killing Palestinians, Netanyahu said in principle yes. Israel has only ever executed one person in the nation's history, ex-Nazi Adolf Eichmann, in 1962. Currently, all three judges on a military tribunal have to agree on any death sentence. The new law will require a simple majority.
Storm Eleanor continues to wreak havoc in Europe. In France, a skier died on the slopes after he was hit by a falling tree in the alpine resort of Morbihan. The Alps region is running its highest alert for the risk of avalanches. In all, 30 people were injured, 4 seriously, in storms in northern and eastern regions of the country, and 20 départements are on maximum alert due to high winds. The storm also caused damage in Corsica, where 6 houses and several acres of land were destroyed by fires in the north of the island. Residents on the Atlantic coast and the English Channel are on high alert due to a risk of flooding caused by heavy rains and high seas. The storm has cut power to 200,000 households in northern France and is set to move to other regions throughout the day, with households in the Normandy region the worst hit. Rail and air traffic has also been disrupted. Even the capital Paris was affected as violent winds caused the closure of the Eiffel Tower. In the Netherlands, winds reached a speed of nearly 200 kilometres an hour. Elsewhere in Europe, in Belgium, Switzerland and Germany, the storm knocked down trees, caused power failures and disrupted traffic. But Great Britain suffered the worst damage with major flooding and extensive destruction. A harbour wall collapsed in Cornwall, taking down hundreds of tons of masonry, while winds of up to 127 kilometres per hour lashed Wales, leaving hundreds of homes without power and hitting transport links.
As Alaska basks in unusually warm winter temperatures, around 80 kilometres southeast of Fairbanks, one of the most northern cities in the United States, scientists have deciphered the DNA of a baby girl, buried there for 11,500 years. Archaeologists have been digging at the Upward Sun River for several years looking for clues about the native people of the Americas. The remains of the 6-week-old baby named Sunrise Girlchild by the local indigenous community are the oldest human remains ever found in Alaska. Scientists say she belonged to a previously unknown ancient group. The findings support the idea that a single wave of migrants from Asia reached the New World by way of a now submerged land bridge that used to connect Siberia to Alaska just over 20,000 years ago. The pioneering settlers became the ancestors of all today's Native Americans.
Talunyan na momento po ang espasyo komersyal. Oro nos tabak nos informe ng deportivo.